Hello everyone, I'm here today with a prep video. I want to show everything that I have pulled together so far for my Springfield album. I recently did a trip to Springfield, Illinois to see all of the Lincoln things, and it was fantastic because I'm a big old history nerd, and so I have already put together some stuff since I've been back, and I just want to share that. So that album will be coming. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it yet. My plan was to go very small, but given the number of pictures I took, I don't think that's going to work. But we'll see as time goes on what kind of album I use. But for now, I definitely want to use this stamp set because it is specific to museums and historical things, and I love the fact that it says we're walking through history. I did tour the Capitol building, so this kind of looks like that. Landmark, national treasure, absorbing history, all of these things are very applicable to what I did and what I saw, so I definitely want to use those. And then some of the things I threw in here are just things like that I've had a while and I don't use a lot, and this is part of that, but I saw that there are several phrases in here that might work. One of them actually says train, and what I did was I flew to Chicago and then I took Amtrak from Chicago to Springfield and then kind of just did it in reverse, but I took the train the whole way back rather than flying. So I think there are some things in here that will probably work, and it's a pretty generic blue. I mean, I had very blue sky sunny days. It was very hot, very sunny when I was there, so I think those will be fine. I have a couple of wood veneers here because I went to the presidential library, and it's only a research library. You can't really like walk around and check out books or anything. That's not how it works. And had I thought in advance, I probably could have set up an appointment to do research there because I am a professor, I'm a researcher, so I would be able to get in, but I didn't think enough ahead, so I didn't get to do that. But I included some items here that might work for that. I have a postcard wood veneer, but part of the exhibit in the library was different letters that Lincoln wrote throughout his lifetime, and so I thought that might work for that. I also have a bus because Springfield does not have a subway or anything. It's not big enough, but it has a pretty decent bus system, and I use that quite a bit, so I threw that in there. And then there's a little house one in there because I went to Lincoln's home, so hopefully I'll be able to incorporate all those. These chipboard pieces and ephemera pieces here, I have to be honest, the only reason I'm including these in here is because there's some pink, and one of the days I was wearing a pink shirt, and I know I took some selfies, and so I'm hoping that maybe I can incorporate these because otherwise everything is very sort of tan, brown, navy, like it's a lot of historical stuff, and then Lincoln's tomb is very blue sky, green grass, like gray granite, like that's it. So I would like to work in some color. And then these, kind of the same idea here. I know there's some pink in there, so we'll see if I can work any of those in. These are obviously like very modern, very bold, which is not, that doesn't fit with a lot of the historical stuff that I saw, but the in-between stuff might work, like my Airbnb photos or photos of me, you know, of my lunch or whatever. So who knows if they'll actually make it in there, but I've thrown it in the bin. Now this color scheme definitely works more with what I saw, and there's lots of these little quotes that I have, and I don't remember what all they say, but I thought these would be very fitting for a lot of the stuff inside the Lincoln Museum, inside the state capitol, inside the Lincoln home, that kind of stuff. So I threw those in. And yay, hopefully I will finally be able to use this thing. I have held on to this forever, and I don't even remember where I got it, but I had two of them. I gave one to a friend because she went to Philly, and I thought, well, very patriotic. And now I'm thinking I can finally use this for Springfield and put some fun stuff in there, maybe. So I'm looking forward to incorporating that. And then this again was mostly for the color. I got this with a bunch of other die cut phrases that were all travel related, and I don't remember where. I should write these things down because I don't remember. But again, this color, very fitting for a lot of the historical stuff. When it comes to papers, I just threw in some kind of random stuff that I thought might be okay. And because of some of the backgrounds in here, you can see I've cut into a lot of them already. But like this blue and green would be great for a lot of the outdoor pictures that I have. But then there's also some more travel themed things. I don't know that I would use that. That's a little busy, although I do have a picture of when I was on the plane. But I like this subtle background that might be okay. I like this one. It doesn't really work since Springfield's not that big. It's not like a big city grid, but you never know. Again, this has pink, so I might be able to work those in with my shirt. And then this one I love because I did take so much of the trip by train. I thought maybe that would be cool because it does say railroad crossing right there. So we'll see if that makes it in there. And I do love the size, the fact that this will not be a 6x12. It'll either be 6x8, 3x8, 4x8, something like that. It'll be a smaller size for sure. And then I did this. It's more for subway, but I think it also works for bus lines. And I do have a picture of a bus when I was waiting, and so I thought maybe I could incorporate that. Same here. This has a little train on there, and then it says fly, see, go, you know, those kinds of things. I thought if nothing else, I could cut those apart maybe and build a page with them or a pocket card or something. And I don't know what else I would do with it right now. I have no plans, so I threw that in. Same with this one. I've got planes here. Now these are kind of old school trains, but they're cute. I might be able to use it. And then just some fun borders, because again, I've had this sitting in my travel stuff for a long time. I need to get rid of it. And then this one I picked because I freaking loved my Airbnb. It was so cute, very, very eclectic. And I met the owners, and actually now that I've met them, it totally goes with their style just from the vibe I got from them. But the color scheme would also work with what they had going on. So this is very busy, but it might actually work for where I stayed. And then this is just a printout of some digital files that I bought, so I just need to cut them out. But again, the colors all would probably work. Definitely the tans, the navies, the dark green, but there's also some pink. So we'll see. And then I know I already have some of these cut. I think I have 3 more of these. I bought a ton because when I travel, a lot of what I do is history related, architecture related, museum related. And so a lot of these really work for that. And so I wanted to make sure that I had a bunch. So here's another one I haven't even cut into. So I put that in the bin as well. And then this one I picked because it actually says Minneapolis-St. Paul on the map. But I could also kind of cut it down to be just a generic background, especially like for the train travel stuff. So I'm not sure totally if it'll work or where I would put it, but at least I have it. I did pull out these pocket cards. These are from Allie Edwards. I've had these for a while too. I don't remember which travel release these were from, maybe 2020, but I haven't used them yet and don't know if these colors will work, but I have them, so I'm going to throw them in. And then these are a similar concept. These are not Allie Edwards, but they have numbers on them. The only problem with these is that they're a weird size. They're like slightly more than 2 1/4 by 3. Now the 3 inches across, perfect, because I could do a 3 by 8, but that slightly more than 2 1/4 is a problem because most of the pockets come with a 2-inch slot. This is a little too big, and I thought, well, can I just cut it down? It would cut into the design here. So I think if I use these, it's either on a page where I don't need to worry about a pocket that's the right size, it would be a full 3 by 8, or I'll use my fuse tool and make my own pocket to fit them. Last but not least, I have all of my memorabilia stuff. So actually, let's do this first. This is a bag I got, and sadly, when I was carrying it around, it ripped. The handle's ripped, but this part stayed pretty much intact. It's a little wrinkled. It's a little big, but I might be able to do something with it, even if I just cut off this part. Maybe, or I could cut this and go sideways. I don't know, but I liked it, so I kept it. And then this is just all of the stuff that I picked up. So I have several stickers here, the museums and some things about Lincoln. I have my ticket from entrance into the Lincoln home. By the way, it's free. If you go there, it's free. You just need a ticket to go on the guided tour, but you don't have to pay anything, which is awesome. And then a couple of postcards that I picked up from visiting the Lincoln tomb. And then I don't know that I'll use this, it's big, but it's a map of when you go to Lincoln's home, there are actually other buildings that you can see as well. It's a closed off area, like no cars are allowed down the street, you just walk it. So I kept that, but because it's big, I don't know that I'll use it. I think it'll be more of a reference, just so that I remember what things are called, where they were located, that kind of thing. But at least now you've seen all the stuff I have. So you can see why this isn't gonna be just like a little 4x6 paper album, which I thought maybe I would do. That's not going to work. And then if you saw the number of photos I took, you'd know it's not going to work, because I toured the Capitol. That alone, like, would not fit. I mean, it was gorgeous in there, and I definitely want to use those photos. So, you know, you do what you have to do. So here's all the stuff I've gathered, at least, so now I can put this in a bin that is specifically for Springfield. Thanks for watching.